morning, good afternoon, and good evening, or wherever you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are back here again for us. We are going to have a business chat, and today is our 162nd episode. Yay! Well, before we are going to start talking, we will do our self introduction. I'll go first. My name is Debbie Alexander. I am originally from Japan and currently living in Salmon, British Columbia, Canada. I studied this online business over 5 years ago, and I am really enjoying working online with many beautiful souls. There's a lot of amazing people in this business, and those three ladies, they are the best. Okay, well, so that's all from me. And what about you, Molly?
Thank you, Deb. And ladies, thank you for adjusting our time. You guys might see in our page that our time is a little bit different, but it's good to have this flexibility. So, my name is Merly Bolden. I've been an online business owner for 4 years and I think almost 7 months. Mother of two boys, originally from the Philippines, and living here in Wisconsin with my husband and my boys, and I really love to be part of this journey with these ladies. Of course, Friday, I am always looking forward to it. They have been the closest people in my business, in my life, and it's great to have them around. So, thank you.
Thank you. And Linel?
Sure. Thank you very much, Debbie. And thank you guys for your nice words. I feel the same way about you guys. So, my name is Linnell Dondale, and I live in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. I have been doing this online business for 4.5 years now, and I am married. I have two adult sons, and I have five grandchildren. And see, I'm enjoying my journey as I go along. Things have changed from day one to now. It's been a great adventure so far, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. And Beth?
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Beth. Just like these ladies mentions, I love this accountability that really holds me accountable. And then so I joined this business almost 4 years ago, and I love this flexibility that really allows me to pursue my dreams, like to travel more and also to have much more time with my family, and maybe to retire earlier. So I really love this, and we are here to to share this opportunity to you as well, to let you to live the life that you really want. So thank you.
Thank you, Beth. So today we are going to talk about things that we should give up to be happy. There's a lot of things that we are carrying in our so-called baggage and then carrying it around. And like for me, the biggest one that I had to give up was to be perfect. I was constantly thinking my English is not perfect, and that's really hold me down. I was too shy to talk in front of people because of that limiting belief that my English wasn't, good enough. But now I let it go, and I'm like here, like so enjoying talking to many people, sharing my thoughts and delivering what's possible inside of this business. So, there are a lot of things to let us come out from shell, then just simply to be happy. So we'll talk about those things that we should give up to be happy today. Anybody? Any thoughts?
I can go first.
All right.
So, for me, I would say that the first thing I really give up before, even before this online business, is forgiving someone. I have to let it go to having that grudge. You know how some people hurt us or our family hurt us, and it keeps coming back. And if for me, I realized like, okay, if I don't forgive them, it's just going to hurt me more. So I might forgive the like they said, you forgive but not forget. But
Mhm.
You just, for me, I just have, if something went wrong and it might be hurting more than I thought, what I've been doing is just like kind of, I let it go. But of course I have to limit myself in order for me to have that peace of mind, that I'm not holding grudge, but also I am not going to put myself into that position again, that it's going to get hurt again. So for me, I have to give that one up. And being with positive people like you ladies, I think this business is definitely has given me that opportunity of changing my life, of course, and giving up that all these hurtful things that
Mhm.
I have experienced back then. So that for me is one of the most important thing, because without giving up and having that grudge inside me, it's not really serving me good. So I have to let it go and think positively instead. And then I know that there are more things that is gonna come in my way, or in our way, if we wanted to change things.
Mhm.
And then the other one is expectation. I remember with my boys back then, how parents wanted, you're expecting like, okay, my kids is going to be like this and like that, and they're going to be going to school properly and things like, and then realizing, guess what? They have their own brain.
Yeah.
I realized that. And then you see some parents, it's like, oh, this is the achievements of my kids, and I'm thinking to myself, really? How about me? And then now I realize, guess what? They have their own future. You never know what they're gonna be in the future.
Sorry about
Is that Leo? See, Leo even agreed.
that. Yeah.
So that is one thing. Expectation, it's kind of hard when you don't let it go. So for
Mhm.
me, I don't expect as much anymore with my kids to do what I want them to do. Uh, I'm not sure if I am still live.
We can hear you.
I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But I don't. Is this my internet?
you're
Yeah, maybe.
frozen, but we can hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
can. Yeah, we can
So
hear you.
so what happened is the expectation, because I let go the expectation, and I know my boys will have a good future, especially in this online business. If they don't want to join, I can put them anyway.
Mhm.
So that is what I have in my mind. So for me, it is definitely, I'm not worried about that anymore. What's their future is gonna be, because I know that we have this online business that will have the good backup for our future. And
Mhm.
also jealousy. How we scroll back then, I scroll into internet or on a Facebook and looking into, oh, what they're doing, and you get jealous because you're kind of thinking, why are they doing better than I am?
Mhm.
So for me, I rather have that, give it up. And well, guess what, it makes me happier living this way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Melly, for sharing that. Yeah, those three things are really big things to give up.
Mhm.
Everybody have some sort of grudge or bad experience in the past, and it comes back once in a while. And it maybe, for those of you who are watching this, or even myself, even I thought I let it go, sometimes it still comes back, and let it go again. It's practice. There's a lot of things. Everybody have a lot of things happen in a life. So learning how to let it go is also important. And another one is comparing yourself with others. That creates the jealousy. So focusing yourself is more important, because everybody have, especially in this business, it's so easy to compare ourselves with other online business owners, because, we have a transparency community, so we can see how other people are doing. And once you start to compare ourselves with those people, and then you start to feel, maybe you're going to have self-doubt, or have jealousy. So it's important to let that go. Now, also expectation. Yes, that's a big one. If you have kids like Marley or I or even Linnell, maybe experience that too. We have some sort of expectation for the kids, how we want them to grow, but of course they are different people, so it doesn't happen that way. They are all individual. Or even the husband too. I expected him like to be this, or expect him to make me happy, but I was wrong. He cannot make me happy. I have to make myself happy. So those three things are really big. Okay, what else do we have, Linnell?
Sure. Oh, Marilee's back. Good. I guess for me, the first thing that came to my mind was giving up worrying about what other people think of you, of me. Worrying about how I look, how I sound, what I'm doing, doing my online business. Other people's opinions don't necessarily shape the way that I am and what I'm doing. So I needed to let go of all of that. I always have been the kind of person where I'm very shy and I don't want to say too much to people. I don't want to talk around people because I'm scared I'm going to say the wrong thing. And I speak English. I'm worried about what I'm saying. You guys who speak English as a second language, I think you guys are doing amazing. And I still worry what it is that I'm saying in front of people. So I've had to really work on that I have to give up what other people think. And, the expectations, I have to give up some expectations of myself. Like Debbie, I've been a perfectionist my whole life. And when things don't work out, then I beat myself up about it. So, and that doesn't make me happy. That just makes me feel miserable. So letting that go, letting those expectations maybe not be as high, maybe, setting goals and things that are more achievable for me, that lowers that expectation on myself and it doesn't put as much pressure on me. And comparing yourself to others. For me, that's a big one. That, if I fall into that trap of worrying about, geez, I'm a lot slower, or I'm not as successful, or I don't know how to do that, that's just going to bring me down. So if I can focus on what I'm doing and only on what I'm doing, and when I see other people succeed, let that be motivation for me, not that I'm worrying about it being a competition or, that I'm failing, because I'm not. I'm still successful. I'm just taking it my own way, my own pace, and all those kinds of things. And that's really helped me over the years, especially in this business. But even before that, to lower those expectations of myself has made a big difference. And we all want to be happy. So do things that make you happy. Don't worry about what doesn't make you happy. Let that go, because it's not serving you. So that's about all I have.
Thank you for sharing, Linnell. Once we start thinking about how other people react to what we do, or we never know how they are thinking about us. So we just make those imagination, or maybe they are judging us, or maybe they are laughing at me, or all these bad thoughts that will happen. It's not going to help us grow. So it's really just cut it off and then let it go. And expectation is another one. Again, it's a big one for you too. And that's not for other people, but to ourselves. And then that happens to me too. So let it go and just focus for now. We are doing good. We are making one step at a time, and we are growing. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. And Beth?
Yes. So I give up complaining because before this online business, I would say when I was in college, I'm a person that I love to complain. But to be honest, at the time, I didn't know the kind of action is, to complain, because I thought I was sharing my thoughts with my friends, and then we are like talking something like that. So at the time, I complained a lot, and then so for now, when I look back, I will see, wow, when I complain and then I focus on negativity, but not, the positive things. So like I think in my early 30s, and then I read a book. It's about the power of not complaining, and then I was like, oh my god. So what I did is, to complain, but I thought, it's just sharing some thoughts, and to be honest, after complaining, it not really make me happy. But if I didn't take any action to the problems, and then the thing is still there. So after that, I noticed that, oh, I should not, because sometimes I'm not that kind of grateful. So I think that's why I complain because I didn't really see what's the good things happening in my life.
Mhm.
So, especially joining this business, and then we were recommended to read this book, The Magic, and it's the law of attraction, and also talking about the gratitude, the power. So I think, wow, it's really huge, because when we are really focused on the good things in our life, because we all have bad things in our life, but if we keep focusing on that, and then you'll just keep attracting those things in your life. So yeah, I would say I just give it up, and then I would say my life is becoming much happier, because I used to be a person that I love to complain about my husband because I focus on this one thing that he doesn't really reach my standard. So and then after that, and then when I noticed that, oh, actually he has a lot more, something good than those one little thing, and then it makes my life much happier. And another thing that I think I gave it up is to overthinking, because I used to be a person, maybe some kind of perfectionist. So I did not take action right away. I used to think a lot, and I would, to think, oh, maybe this kind of thing would happen, or maybe that kind of thing would happen. So I used to be that kind of person, really think a lot, much more like a thinker, but not a doer. But after I grown up, after this kind of years pass, and then I notice, oh, if I'm not really take action, and then what I'm thinking or what I'm dreaming about, those things will not happen if I don't take action. So I become much more like a doer right now. And also another thing is to live in the future, because I'm a person that I love to plan. So like the take travel as an example, I used to be a person, if we want to travel in Japan, because it's like 3 hours flight from Taiwan, and then I will plan like every day from getting up and until the end of the day, like as detailed as I can. And then because if I do that, if something happened and it doesn't go with my schedule, I will not feel happy. So I would say, well, for now I'm not really, I plan, but not as much as like before. I will just plan some big things that I want to see at that day, but not as detailed as before. And then after this kind of change, I feel like, oh, actually there are some something little surprises during our trips. Something may happen like that. So it's not planned as before, as that detail. So because I'm the kind of person is live in the future, because I always thinking of what will happen in the future. But I would say living in the present is much more important, because we can focus on what things happening now, but not really too worry about what will happen in the future. So I would say I give up these three things, and it really makes me much more happier. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing, Beth. I totally get it. Like,
Mhm.
I used to complain a lot too.
Really.
And after I studied this online business, I learned, stop complaining. And then I had to put the sticky note on my laptop saying, do
Mhm.
not complain. Because,
Yes.
one complaint cancels one happiness. So,
Yeah.
and then when I say something like complaining, I had to look up to the sky, and then I say, I am not complaining. I'm sorry. I'm just telling the facts.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
but
realize it was kind of complaint, and then when I realized, oh, that is complain, and then just like you said, if we can be more grateful for what's happening in our life, and then the complaint is gone.
Yeah, yeah. So once we realize, uh, there is a way more. Your example about your husband, instead of looking at something that maybe he's not doing right for you, but there is a way more that he is doing right for you.
Yes.
Yeah, so we started to see those good things instead of negative things, and it's really make us, becoming happier. And you talked about living in the future. Yes, you're going to be tired. I totally get that too, because I used to work for the tour company. So we make itinerary by minutes, and if it doesn't go the way it gets, then we all get stressed out. So letting it go, be spontaneous, live right now, present, is very important. And for me, yes, I have to give up complaining and blaming others. But the biggest thing is worrying about future, because I was so worried about the future that's not happen, or you never know if it's going to be like that or not. Like before I started this online business, I was so worried about if we have enough money to retire. I was worried. I was even imagining maybe I have to pick up those cans and bottles from the garbage when I get really old. I just making up all these stupid stories in my head, and I was so worried. So once I let that go, it's just the imagination. It's not gonna happen. It's just the fear is not real. It's just a creation of my thoughts. Once I let that go, I become so much happier. So if there is anybody who is watching this and then, feeling that maybe, you are stressed out about little things, or complain a lot, or worry about a future, I think giving up those thoughts will make you live much happier right now.
Mhm.
Anything else to add, ladies?
I was just gonna say, Debbie, I'm so happy listening to all the sharings that we have, because all the positivity that we got because of this online business, it
Mhm.
really taught us how to think positive
Mhm.
instead of looking into negative things in our lives. So I am so happy to listen to this shares.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. Anything else?
Mhm. No.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, there are more ways, more things that we should give up. If you can come up with anything else, just put it in the comments, and we will read it later. And we have a one viewer right now. Thank you very much, whoever is watching. Let us know where you are watching from. And if you are watching this replay, thank you very much. And we'll be back next week again. Bye
Mhm.
for now.
Bye.
Bye.